Good day everyone, so it's me Mr. Riley Dumagan Bayang, and for today's video I'm going to tackle to you all about the Philippine Mining Act of 1995, or also known as the Republic Act 7942. In March 1995, President Fidel B. Ramos signed into law the Philippine Mining Act of 1995, or also known as Republic Act 7942, which was designed to revive the mining industry and for the reason that to attract more foreign investments by defining the agreements for mineral exploitation and provide the requirements for acquiring mining rights. Moreover, in line with this topic, I'm going to discuss to you the salient features of the Republic Act 7942, or the Philippine Mining Act of 1995, and also to tackle further the salient features of this law. So now, let me start you with the 5 modes of entry in areas open to mining. So the first one is the exploration permit. This permit is issued by the government, granting the contractor or the permittee the right to search or prospect for mining resources. This grants the permit holder to conduct exploration work for a limited period only. So 2 years with possible extension up to 6 years, and also the maximum area is 16,200 hectares per permit to 32,000 has in the entire country. And also area of relinquishment. When we say relinquishment, it is the act of giving up something such as responsibility, claim, or possession. So up to 25% for the first 2 years. So thereafter, 10% of the area per year, and also priority to enter into either an MPSA or FTTA, or also known as Financial or Technical Agreement Assistance, after the submission of the Declaration of Mining Project Feasibility that can be transferred, assigned, and sold to other qualified individuals or corporations. So the second one is the Mineral Agreements. So the first one is the Mineral Production Sharing Agreement, or the MPSA, of which the contractor has the exclusive right to conduct mining operations within a specified contract area. And also it is limited to the Filipinos or a Filipino-owned corporation. If there are some others like the foreign equity not to exceed at least 40%, and also the minimum authorized capital of 10 million pesos and 10 million pesos paid up. And also maximum area is 8,100 hectares per agreement, and also 16,000 has for the entire country. And also 5 years exploration period, and also 3 years construction and development period. So the rest for the production, just like the contract period for 25 years, and also renewable also for another 25 years. And also this can be transferred or assigned or sold to 80 qualified individuals or corporations that can be converted into FTAA, or the Financial or Technical Assistance Agreements. So another thing is the co-production sharing agreement. So it is an agreement between the government and the contractor, wherein the former shall provide inputs to the mining operations other than the mineral resource. So the other one is the joint venture agreement. So it is an agreement where a joint venture company is organized by the government and the contractor, within both parties having equity share. So aside from the earnings in the equity, the government also shall be entitled to a share with a gross output. So these two types of mineral agreements are not yet available in view of the limited resources of the government and the standing policy on privatizations, giving priority to the private sector's initiative. The third one is the FTAA, or the Financial or Technical Assistance Agreement. So this is a contract between the government and the contractor involving financial or technical assistance for a large-scale exploration, development, and utilization of mineral resources. So the minimum authorized capital is 4 million US dollars, and also the minimum project cost is 50 million US dollars, and it is open both to local and 100% to foreign-owned corporations. And also the maximum area is 81,000 per hectares per applicant, and for the entire country. And area relinquishment, first 2 years is 25% and 10% annually thereafter. And also, the contract periods is exploration 6 years, pre-feasibility 2 years, feasibility 2 years. And the contract construction and the development is 3 years, and the rest for the production, and can be converted back into the MPSA and can be transferred, assigned, or sold to the qualified individuals or corporations. So the fourth one is the small scale mining permit. So this is a permit issued by the government granting the permittee the right to conduct mining activities that rely heavily on manual labor using simple implements and methods, and to do not use explosive or heavy mining equipments. And also acceptance, processing, evaluation, and determination of administrative fees for small-scale mining permits shall be duty of the provincial or city mining regulatory board. So the fifth one is the quarry permit. So this refers to the permit granted by the qualified person for the extraction and utilization of quarry resources on the public and private land. And acceptance, processing, evaluation, and determination of administrative fees for quarry permits shall be the duty of the provincial, city, or mining regulatory board. This is the flow process. So the first one is filing, then followed by the preliminary evaluation and the area status and clearance. So consent of other agencies, sangguniang certification, and CIP certification, and also the PPB and the securing of certifications. And also when it comes to the final evaluation, followed by the approval, numbering, and the registration and releasing. So that's it. And so now let's talk about the 4 stages of a mine. So the first one is the exploration. The second one is the development and construction. The third one is the commercial production. And the last one is the rehabilitation and decommissioning. For the exploration, it is the scientific and non-destructive assessment of the mineral potential of the land that can possibly lead to the decision of to mine. And also high cost, high risk endeavor without the surety of the success. And also not a land use or nor a development activity. And the contractor must prepare and submit for the approval of mining project feasibility study. And for the stage 2, the development and construction. So the stage is dependent on stage 1. So the submission of the environmental compliance of certificate or the ECC by the contractor prior to any developmental stage, and also allocation of at least 10% of the capital expenditures for environment related expenses. And so for the stage 3, the commercial production. So first, the environmental obligations. So environmental work program, environmental protection and enhancement program, or the EPAP, and the annual EPAP for the progressive rehabilitation of mine affected areas, and also the multi-partite monitoring team, and also approximately 3 to 5% of annual direct mining and milling costs shall be allocated for annual environmental protection programs. And the last one is the contingent liability and rehabilitation fund. The next one is the social responsibilities. So preferential hiring of Filipinos, IPs, local communities, and the preferential use of indigenous products, services, and technologies, and also royalty payments of at least 1% of the gross mining revenue for IPs, and allotment of at least 1.5% of operating cost for community development and development of mining technology and geosciences. And the last one is just compensation for surface occupants or owners. And for the last one, the safeguards. So establishment of a contingent liability and rehabilitation fund, or the CLRF. So this is in the form of mine rehabilitation fund and the mine waste and the tailing fees. So the mine rehabilitation fund shall be used for the physical and the social rehabilitation of the mine affected areas, and the mine waste and tailings fee for damages caused by the mine waste and tailings. And for the last stage, the stage 4 is the mine rehabilitation and decommissioning. So the submission of a comprehensive plan for the final rehabilitation of disturbed lands, including the provision for financial assurance to cover the cost of rehabilitation and long-term maintenance. So the main objective is to restore as close as possible all affected areas to its state before of the commencement of mining or to a pre-agreed state, and upon the consultations with the local government and the communities compatible with the natural environment. And for the other permits, so the mineral processing permits, so a 5-year permit renewable for like periods up to the maximum of 25 years allows both local and 100% foreign-owned corporations. So the requirement to submit adequate or supply contract to justify the establishment of the processing plant so can be granted for cement plants, smelting and refining, beneficiation plants, marble cutting and processing plants, and others of similar nature. And for our last slide, so the sustainability in the context of mining. So the minerals industry can contribute to the sustainable development for as long as the mineral resources development is undertaken with the primary objective of maximizing environmental, economic, and social benefits. So that's all for our report. So about the Philippine Mining Act of 1995, about its silent features. No? So I hope you learned something for my report. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.